class. Today we're going to do something that you've been waiting on. We're going to do tape-in extensions. Now, I went ahead and parted this mannequin in the way it needs to be parted to do the extensions, and I'll explain that to you in a little bit. But first of all, I want to tell you that a mannequin is not ideal to do extensions in, and especially this one with the parts in it. But it's the only one I had, and I think that we can make it work, but at least you'll know the technique. So when you're parting for extensions, you want to have at least an inch, and if you look here, we've got an inch all the way around. An inch is left out. Really back here, there's closer to 2 inches, an inch left out. And when you get to the front, you want to be sure you have a full inch, inch and a quarter, because you don't want the tapes showing. So basically, all we're going to put extensions in is this part, because you do not want to come above the apex, which is the highest point of the head. You don't want to get into that area because you want the hair to come over it and cover it completely. And one of the things about tape-in extensions, when you rub your hand across them after they're finished, you won't be able to tell you have extensions in because they lay flat. Because we're going to bricklay the extensions. I've asked Hannah to help me and hand me and untape these extensions for me. So I don't want to make this too long and laborious for you. But you take just about, see, the extension is this long. You want to get it just where there's a little bit on each end of the extension. So, and you want to be able to almost see through it like that. You don't want it too thick. These extensions are made of surgical tape, and you make a sandwich out of them. You don't go exactly to the scalp because it will pull. You get close to it, and then you take it and you sandwich it and you close it. Now, one of the good ways, easy ways to make sure it stays is go in there, tap, tap, run it through. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I'll show you at the end that you can wear a ponytail or anything. Now, when you're putting extensions in, you want the natural fall of the head. Notice this one's straight across, but this one's turned to the side. It's called the natural fall. You want it to go into the natural fall of the head. I'm going to do 2 or 3 of these before I go get the flat iron and tap it. See, I turned that one even more. It's a very quick installation once you get accustomed to doing them. I'm going to do this side and then we'll go to the other side. Actually, these extensions are going to match this hair pretty well. Now, let's move to the next section, and it's going to be on this side. And the next most interesting thing will be how it's bricklayed. And like I say, it's not ideal. It's so nice when you can take a person's head and bend them down, but these mannequins don't bend too well. But we're going to put 2 more right here. Notice I turned it for the natural fall. If I had turned it straight, it would be higher on one side than on the other. And I want you to note, get close, Taylor. I want you to note that it's not all the way to the scalp. You don't want it all the way to the scalp because that pulls and it hurts when it's like that. You just make a sandwich out of it. Then you go back with a flat iron, tap, tap on the glue. Makes it really hold good. Take it through. Now, for the second row, you want some hair in between. It's kind of like we were doing extensions. Highlights. You want hair in between. You leave a layer of hair out in between. Notice I'm not real particular about my partings as long as they're semi-straight. You don't want to get some from another part of the head in there, but you want to lay some in between so it's not pulling from one to the other. I'm going to take a little more out of this one and a little more out of that one because I want to start my next row there. Okay, now when we talk about the bricklay, go in here and find where these extensions are. It's right here. So I am going to put an extension right in the center of that, because when you're laying brick, you offset them. And so this is offset. Go in here, feel your way through. I can see, and I want you to see it, that there's a separation here. So I'm going to do one right above that. It's a little wide, a little thick. I'm going to go ahead and do this other one, and I want you to see where the separation is. It's right here. So I'm going to come in here, do another one right here. You don't worry about straight lines when you're doing this. You can make your little parting straight, but this won't be in a straight line because of it being brick laid. Just having a little difficulty getting these tapes off. It's nice to have someone take them off for you. If you do it yourself, it takes a little longer. And this doesn't take long at all if someone else is doing the tapes for you. Notice, tap, tap. Now I'm going to take hair out again. I'm going to take enough that it'll leave something between, and then I can put another row of extensions. Oops, sorry. I'm going to have to tighten this mannequin up. Just getting limber. Alright, I want you to see where the bricklay is. I'm getting that right in between. It's very important that you do it that way. If not, you'll have rough bumps on your hair, and you don't want that. Like I say, these are not an ideal match, but you'll be surprised when we're through how well it's going to blend right in. They obviously are practice extensions, but you can get the idea when you see how nicely they blend in. Now, let's pull this up. You've got one here, and you've got one here. So that means you need one just about here. And again, you want to keep in that natural fall. You want it to kind of fall this way. Now, we haven't come this far forward. We really haven't done actual side ones, but I'm going to do a side piece this time. I need 2 blonde ones, Hannah. Now we need to take our flat iron, do our tap, tap, tap before we forget where we're at. Okay, we're going to go to the other side over here. Maybe you can get right there. And let's find this other, the last one's right here, and they're kind of close together, so we're going to do this. Do one a little further forward here. I'm wanting to change the color to kind of a highlighted all over. So a lot where there's brown, we're putting blonde and vice versa. Now this is on the side where we really haven't put any yet. Now I need to let a little hair down. So I want to put one more here. The nice thing about extensions, if you're wanting to color your hair and you're not brave enough to color your hair, if you want a highlight or a low light, do it with extensions. They're very, very cool. I need to tap, tap those. Alright, now you see this? There's a bare spot kind of right here. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to join these 2 lines. This is an unusual mannequin. Most mannequins don't have this line, but I want to make it look like one. So I'm going to come in here and take one of these and bring it together. Yes. Right there. All right, you see this spot here? Wide spot. Take this down, leave some down to cover. Come in here and do this. I'm going to put a brown one on top of this. That one was backward. I'm going to put a brown one on top of this. That one's kind of wacky. Sticky on both sides. Okay, I got it. Thank you. cute? When you make that brown and the blonde and all that together, see how that blends everything and makes it. Now I'm going to cut the ends of it because these are extensions from 2 or 3 different heads of hair, and I'm going to trim the ends of it in a little bit to show you what you can do with blending. Let some more down. Blonde on the bottom. I want to come in here. I want to tie this part together. There's a part here in the middle. I want to tie it together, so I'm going to go in here and do this. I need another. See the pieces? Leave some down. Take this piece. Okay, now you see these pieces here? I'm going to leave this out. I'm going to take this down. I'm just going to leave like enough for one more here. We're going to do another one for the side here. It's half off and half on of this one. Blonde, blonde. See that? Go in here, get this piece out. Doesn't matter. I'm going to let all this down. I am going to do another layer, but it'll be the other hair on top that comes down over it. So I'm letting all this down. Take these clips out. Then I'm going to take a good long look, see where I still need something. To me, this side's got plenty, but I kind of need a brown over here, so I'm going to put a brown on top, but I'm going to put it right in between these two. This is the top of the apex here. Oops. Wrong way. See how much more natural that looks? Alright, this is good, this is good. I think we could use one more in here, but I'm gonna pull some of this up. It's too thick there. And I'll take a blonde on top of that. I'm gonna finish putting these in, then we're gonna turn off the camera. I'm gonna trim her and flat iron her and show you what she looks like finished, but there's no use in doing the trim or the flat iron because we've already done the flat iron, and we're not doing haircuts in this class. You put one more here and then we'll be done. And by the way, a zero haircut on these pieces is the same as a zero haircut on a head of hair. Give you an idea of what she's gonna look like, and then we'll finish her and come back and turn it on and show you the finished product. Okay, we're just putting the finishing touches on this. I'm using a little Mizani spray on it because it's a humidity spray. It's nice and soft. I took off about 2 inches all the way around, zero haircut, and then use the flat iron to curl it. Now, I want of you ladies come up and feel this and let me know, would you think if you were filling someone's hair that she had on extensions? There's no way that you would. And that's the beauty of putting them in properly. And even though she was a quad with 4 different colors, the blending came in magnificent by putting blondes in certain areas and browns in certain areas. She came out lovely. We like your new hair extensions, Anna. Bye.